dad speak English and he can speak Patois, but he doesn't speak it to my mum.
What kind of Patois? Can you explain what kind of Patois you speak?
Between French and English Patois. He only talks to his friends, like, or relatives. He doesn't talk to me in Patois.
Is there anything you would like to ask your mother?
Why didn't you teach me the language? I think it was...
It was situations like the first two clips you've just seen that made me want to find out more. The story of my interest leads back to my mother telling me to go to a local library when I was a teenager. It was through reading a book on Grenada that I discovered that my father's family were Creole speakers. In particular, my great-grandmother, who was monolingual in Creole, and my grandparents were Creole speakers also, but never spoke the language around my father or the rest of the family. This was surprising to me, as I only ever really associated Creole with Dominica, St. Lucia, Guadeloupe and Martinique, mostly because of Thierry Henry, who played for Arsenal, who was my favourite footballer. Many years later, after reading this book, I started using my camera to interview people about the language. I ended up travelling to different parts of the UK, Paris, Barbados, Martinique, Grenada, St. Lucia and Trinidad to complete parts of this documentary and interview many different speakers, enthusiasts and scholars about the Creole language. This led to me accumulating 36 hours of footage, which I've had to trim down to 8 hours, where I asked about the following things. The argument of calling the language broken French. If the Creoles of St. Lucia, Dominica, Guadeloupe, Martinique, French Guiana and Haiti were different Creoles or the same Creole.
Nous ka aller, nous te ka aller, nous ke ka aller, nous te, c'est même bitin là. Et puis, mais Haïti, et puis Guyane, c'est différent. Parce qu'en Haïti, on dit ma parler. Et puis nous ka dit
pas parler, non parler.
Mon ka aller, or moi ka aller.
The importance of Creole regionally across the Caribbean.
Chaque monde qui vient dans le pays, il y a sorti Guadeloupe, il y a sorti Martinique, et il y a demandé pour les gens qui parlent créole. Avec dès là, il y a passé à comprendre rien en anglais, et c'est nous, moi, avec les autres là, qui nous pour translate en créole pour comprendre ça nous, et ça nous fait.
The name of the language. Should it be called Patois or should we call it Creole?
Barack Obama was president of the United States of America, and I heard, well, people spoke of him as the black president or the African American president, but nobody ever referred to him as the nigger president. So when I speak of the language, I never refer to it as Patois.
The sad demise of Creole in Grenada and Trinidad.
Now people will tell you, and I've heard this over and over, my grandparents spoke Creole, but they only spoke it when they didn't want us to understand what they were saying, which is entirely true. However, I think we need to step back further and ask ourselves, why did they do that? I mean, if you are a parent, I think every parent wants the best for his or her child. So you pass on to your children or to your child the things that you perceive to be valuable. So I think if Creole, in their minds, if it were perceived as a language that had value, they would have passed it on. But it was denigrated.
Media importance, like TV and radio.
Established as a normal language. Like a lot of people still don't want to speak Creole because they think it's rude, or you still have people who, there's a stigma attached to this language that needs to change before we get to get a show in Creole. For instance, there was the on Creole Day, because there's one Creole Day in Martinique, and on Creole Day you can't hear Creole. They're just talking about Creole Day and they don't speak Creole. They don't do the news in Creole. Say, well, just do the news in Creole and put subtitles. No, it's in French. It's ridiculous. So you have a Creole Day and you don't speak Creole and you want people to take you seriously. I think that it is defeating the purpose.
The teaching of Creole in the Caribbean, and can it be taught in the diaspora through community classes and actually in schools?
En fait, genre, quand je dis j'ai créole, j'ai pris créole en LV2, ils me disent que, ah, mais à mon époque, on n'avait pas créole, on faisait pas créole et tout. Je dis, en fait, genre, je crois qu'ils ne font que dans 2 lycées en France. J'ai dit, mais en fait, genre, il fait que dans 2 lycées et genre, ça les choque et tout que je fasse créole au lycée.
Also including subject matters like why Creole is great, the importance of Creole, the mistreatment of Creole regarding the laws, the rules and the policies that impacted Creole, Creole proverbs, personal experiences knowing and not knowing the language, and how you can learn Creole and much, much more. If you desire to know more about the richness of Creole and gain further knowledge, if you are on the journey of reclaiming a part of your culture and you want some inspiration, if you are a speaker, never question certain things and wish to know more, if you were the child that was blocked from speaking the language, or if you are baffled about many historical aspects of this language and would like more clarity, this documentary series is definitely for you. Palé Creole, Creole Talk. 8 episodes, 1 hour each, coming soon in January 2025.